Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video, and we got the best League SBC grind on YouTube. I love doing this every single year. We do probably over 1,000 run-throughs of this SBC minimum because we do 5 to 10 a day normally. It's out for over 100 days, and we make millions of coins a year off of these methods. So if you do enjoy this, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. Let me know down below, how does this work for you? Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. This is like Christmas morning. It's technically Christmas Eve right now, but dude, this SBC is life changing for me. So anyways, the cost of this SBC is around 25K, with the most expensive section being the Lib and Sud. That's usually around 10 to 11K. Footbin has these two sections, the Prem and LaLiga, Bundesliga and Serie A, around 4 to 5K, and then the Ligue 1 and Eredivisie around 5K as well. So we're going to show you how to get each one of these done and how to make it even cheaper than that. I'll even show you how to get it for very little cards actually buying, usually using everything that you pack. So let's start with the daily gold upgrades. As everyone mainly knows by now, every single day we've been getting daily gold upgrades. This is going to be a really easy way for you to build up, making a bunch of golds, getting a bunch of silvers and bronzes on a daily basis. Not only do you get 11 bronzes that you're putting in here and 11 silvers that you're putting in here, you get back 6 in each of these. So the process is pretty easy to put them back in, make the packs, and get the gold players pack at the end, which is 12 players, 1 rare, 11 common golds. If you get League SBC cards, obviously you can put them in the League SBC section. But if you get off-league cards, like let's say a Russian league or something, you can put that in a player pick if it's out. You can put in the Winter Wildcard crafting upgrade if you're watching by then. But let's specifically get into each of these sections and how to do them now. So we're going to start with the Lib and Sud, which is arguably my favorite section. With this, we have 2 trading tips that make us millions of coins a year and are going to help you do this SBC, whether you're trying to do it for profit or trying to get it cheaper than the SBC costs. So here we have 3 golds in here, and the rest we're using silvers that are mainly 70s and 71s. We're not really using 72s, 73s, 74s, even though if you wanted to, you could, and I was able to get in a 69 as well. We'll go over the prices of those and how to get it cheaper in a second. Let's start with the gold. So I like using Cavani and I like using Fernandez, both for Boca and River Plate. Those are the main 2 teams, and they're the highest rated Lib cards on the market. The third one, I use Berari. You can use whoever you want. It's really up to you. Some people will try to find the cheapest ones possible and use those. I will show you why that doesn't matter to me. And it's called the gold Lib method. And it actually makes us more coins the more expensive they are. So as you see here, I bought a Cavani for 2.4K, but I know for a fact we could get them for cheaper on bid. So if I compare price on that card, we picked them up for 2.4. Whether I'm trying to make coins off of this or get them for cheaper, I just compare price and look at all the open bids right now. There's one up to 2.2, under a minute. If we look here, there's a 650 bid. It is very common for you to see times where there's a lot of promo packs in the store. Right now it's Sunday, so we have Squad Battle Rewards that came out. You can get a huge supply and have a bunch of 650 to maybe 1,000 open bids, and you have very little competition. You go in, maybe bid a few hundred under the buy now, but if you really want to risk it, you could go super low, maybe chuck into 650. If you win it, crazy coins. But either way, you get it for cheaper each run through. The other ones that you don't want to use, you sell on for profit. Same thing goes for cards like Fernandez. He's relatively cheap compared to the Cavani though. I think he's around 1.2 right now. There's a 700 snipe. I missed it. Dang it. Either way, he's 1.3, so same thing applies here. If I wanted to compare price on him, get him less than 1.3, you can see a bunch of open bids. People are bidding 1,000 right now. You could use it for 1,000 coins. I'd save you coins. But if you then wanted to sell it on for profit, you'd be making them a minimum of 300 coins per card. BRE is another example of this. He's going to be a little bit more expensive, I believe. 2.3 it looks like his price is. Same thing applies here. Buy it for whatever the price is, compare price, and then if you want to pick up some on bid, you can pick them up on bid. As you see there, there's some pretty low open bids. I'm going to let them try to win it. I'm not going to try to compete against them right now. But in theory, you could pay for the cost of the card you just bought by mass bidding on X amount of cards, making X amount of profit. So let's say you spent 2,000 coins. If you're making 200 coins per card, you just have to pick up 10 more cards than the one you just bought. Boom, it pays for itself. I'll show you a similar philosophy with these. if you look on the market, a lot of these cards for the silver Lib and Suds are going to be around 1,000 coins or above. I'm going to show you how we get them for cheaper. We call it our silver Lib and Sud method, and it's my favorite way of trading. You guys have probably seen previous videos on the channel where we go over this. I use a very specific filter, and it kind of changes over time. So if you want to mix it up yourself, you can. I do quality special. We don't go in and select Lib or Sud on its own. I just go over on the stick to the special section, and then I do max price so we don't get any gold Libs or gold Suds popping up, or gold Suds will pop up, but the gold Libs that are gold rares usually have a start price of 600. So we try to avoid that by doing a 500 or 550. And then I do a minimum buy now of 1,000. Now, if you're new to this method, the silvers we want to pick up, we don't want Boca, we don't want River Plate, because those we just saw were the golds we're using. Here's a card that has a 300 open bid. Lowest buy now looks like it's 1.5. If we went in and won this for 500 coins, that would be 1,000 coins profit. You'll see the higher end ones here. This is a 72 rated card. He's about 1.4 within the hour as well. My rule of thumb right now with where the current market is, I'm usually bidding 500 on 70 rateds, and then 71 to 74. I'm usually doing a 650 bid. That's because I don't like checking individual player prices. If you're new to the method, I'd recommend checking every single thing before you do. But in general, once you get used to it, you'll find most of these have more value than you're bidding. And if you do find that you're bidding, let's say 500 on a 70 rated, and it only goes for 550, 600, and you don't want to sell it on for profit, you can use it in the Ligue SBC instead. So looks like we won about half of these that we bid on. If I would just compare a price on these real quick, let's get an idea of how many coins we're making. 650, I could probably sell this on for, geez, I'm going to get really high. I'm going to do a 1.8. If we can make over 1,000 coins on that card, that'd be sick. This one we picked up for 500. I'm going to list that for a 1.4. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, we can always lower it. That's no problem. Pick this one up for 650. We're going to put 1.8 for that one as well. Over 1,000 coins on that one if it does sell. Here's another 70 rated. We bid 500. We could probably sell it for 1,000. So as you see here, if we're doubling our coins on some of these cards, it's essentially paying for itself. You chuck one in your club, you sell the other one on, you're breaking even. But if you're selling it more for double, you're making coins while being able to store one in your club. But in general, I just sit there, I spam the Ligue SBC bidding method, and we just make a ton of coins. And in theory, that pays for these cards we're putting in the SBC. So there is the silver Lib and Sud method. As you see, we have more cards here that I didn't even need to use. The higher rated ones, we could go in and compare price, sell all those on too, but we're going to leave that for another part of the video. So here would be where I'd submit it and we get the Prime Election Players Pack. This will be 12 players, a mix of usually, I believe it's gold and silvers. So in this, you could pack silver Libs and silver Suds. If you get a 70 plus rated one or a high 60, you could throw them in here untradeable, and that'd save you even more coins. Now, besides that one, let's go into the Premier League and LaLiga sections. These, you'll notice, I have most of these first owner. I've packed most of these in the last runs. As you see, the only card that in here I didn't pack was this Alex Fernandez 75 rated. If I put him in, that finishes him right there. So in theory, I didn't have to buy any cards. If you have nothing in your club, again, daily gold upgrade, maybe opening the Lib and Sud section that I just showed you, you'll get some players. But as you go through the SBC, you're going to get more and more packs. You're going to get more and more players back. You're bound to get a ton of the Ligue SBCs. Just to put this in perspective, you are submitting a total of 44 players, aka 11 in each of these sections. If we count the final pack, which is a Prime Gold pack, you count this pack, which is a small rare gold players pack, small Prime Gold players pack, and the Prime Election players pack, you're getting 12 in the final pack, 6 in each of these, and then another 12 there. So that's 36 players alone you're getting back. And then this one with the Jumbo Gold pack, there's never a guaranteed amount of players. I usually get normally at least 5 is the standard. So we're getting over 40 players back. Will all of them be Ligue SBC cards? No, but you will get a ton back in return. So in theory, even though this SBC costs 4 to 5K, I only really had to spend 400 coins to get that completed again. And then I open this pack, small rare gold players pack. That's going to be 6 players back. If we pack a Bundesliga or Serie A player, we put them in here, and we do the same thing over and over, rinse and repeat. As you notice here, all of these that we packed are literally just cards that are first owner. whether it's tradable or untradeable, we packed it from the Ligue SBC grind. I only had to spend 200 coins to get this section done the next run through. We put them in, boom, we get a small prime gold players pack out of this. Now this one's tradable. If we would just look at the untradables here that I put in, or the first owner cards, and we take the fact that I spent 200 coins rather than 4 to 5K, anything that I pack from this pack is going to be guaranteed profit and can be used to buy other sections out. So in theory, I didn't really have to spend any coins after I did my first run through of this, and now I'm in a position where I can make profit and be up on the SBC in general. So that is that section. Both of these are very similar. You're going to get a majority of the cards packed, and if you need to spend a little bit to finish it, you can just do the Lib and Sud method to pay for it by the mass bidding on the gold libs or the silver Lib and Sud method. Either way. And then League 1 and Eredivisie, they made this one extremely easy. In the past, it used to be 11 from the same team. Now you only need 6. So it's really up to you how you guys want to set this up. Every Eredivisie card right now, I believe, is over 300 coins. Let's go in and double check right now. League 1, I believe, is very similar too. They dropped a little bit. So you could maybe try to pick up rares if you have nothing in your club to hit that requirement of a 2 minimum rares. And then you could make sure that you're getting maybe a team that has a lot of bronzes on it. For me, I did Almere City here. They had a ton for me. You can pick these up for under 400 coins. Again, relatively cheap to do the SBC. If you look at my bench, DeWitt was another one. That was a bronze that I picked up. Relatively cheap there. But the rest of these I packed through the Ligue SBC grind. So in theory, I could save this one for maybe if I wanted to use Ajax down the line. But since we already used the cheap teams here, or the ones with the lower rated cards, I don't really have to worry about the League 1 and other Eredivisie teams. I just chuck these in and I should get the rating. Again, here are some first owner ones here. Todibo, 79 rated. I could chuck him in. That gets it. But if I did a Lafont instead, that would still give me the rating. However, I'm using Lafont as my goalkeeper in the game until I get a special goalkeeper. Just because Lafont gets the job done. He's a placeholder in my team. I'm going to do the Todibo instead. So again here, this SBC costs around 5K. But as you see, I really only had to spend on the bronzes. Everything else was untradeable. And I got all these, I believe, for under 400 coins. So we cut that SBC cost basically in half. And not only that, you get a jumbo gold pack tradable. Again, we don't have a guaranteed amount of players. But if you get a League SBC player tradable, you can sell it on for profit and or just chuck it in your club for the next run through. Off leagues, so if it's like Russian League, I don't know. What's not it? Super League's not it anymore because we got new Mixed League SBC. So if you get those sort of things, you can sell those on for profit. Hunter, Shadows, Chem Style. If you want to try to sell contracts or managers, you can. All that's going to be tradable there. If you want to quick sell some of that too, easy coins back. It essentially pays for itself. And then once you're done with that, you get the prime gold players back at the end. 6 rare golds, 6 common golds. Open that up. You're going to get a bunch more League SBC cards. You put it right back in. And as you see, the process just goes over and over and over and over. Now, off of that, what are some other things you can do? Like we talked about in the Lib and Sud section, you're going to get some silvers back in there. I mentioned if you pack a silver Lib or Sud, you can put it back in that SBC. But we'll make another video on the Mixed League upgrade grind. But in theory, if you pack some League 2 and LaLiga Hypermotion, MLS and EFL Championship, if you pack some low-end Lib and Suds, you could start doing this section without having to spend a ton of coins. You could maybe get a lot of these first owner, and if you have to buy a few cards out, boom, you just get bonus packs along the way. But we'll make another video on that grind. That doesn't matter. Here's another method you can do. Premium silver upgrade. If you've already done your daily gold upgrades, which you should be doing no matter what, daily, putting your bronzes and silvers in that first. If you're past that, you're wanting another way to get golds for the League SBC, all your crappy silvers that you get from the Lib and Sud section pack that you're getting untradeable, put in here, you put 11 in, you get a 5 gold common player pack. It's a League SBC card, sweet. You can use that for the League SBC. But if there's a team of the week that has a base card of a gold common, you can pack it in this. If there's a winter wild card or whatever the promo is currently that has a card that is a base gold common, you can pack it in this. So not only do you have a chance to get new League SBCs for cheap using cards that you already have, tradable or untradeable, you have the potential chance to get a promo card. Or if it's a team of the week, you might be saving yourself 35 to 40K, which you can then put into things like the 83 plus times 10. You could save some of those for team of the year. But if you didn't want to save them for team of the year, you could put it in here, open it right away and get a majority of the fodder right back. If you pack a team of the week in the pack again, you can put all those cards back in and just rinse and repeat that process 3 times a day. Get yourself a ton of fodder. Start building yourself an Mbappe, a Eusebio. If you want to take a chance with the 87 campaign mix upgrade, you could do that. If you want to put some of that fodder, all the 83s you get, some of the low end 84s and 85s, put those in these sections. Get yourself another untradeable team of the week so you can do the 83 plus times 10 again. It's literally an unlimited grind that is funded and fueled by our Ligue SBC grind. So hopefully that grind makes sense and shows you how cool this method is. Some people will go absolutely crazy on this, do it like 10 plus times a day. Other people might want to do it only once or twice a day or a few times a week. It's completely up to you. Again, if you don't even want to do Ligue SBCs, but you want to do it as a trading method, that works as well. Very easy way to make coins. As you see here, both of those sold on already. We are just printing. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. If you do have any questions, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. We also do this almost every single day on live stream. So if you want to see different ways to do it, if we tweak it a little bit or make updates over time, that will be where you will hear it from me. But anyways, that will be it for this video. If you did enjoy, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. It's been your boy, MumboElite, and I'm out. God bless.